What's up, guys? I just made a sparring narration of me using this new double sleeve butterfly system I've been working. A lot of people think of the butterfly as something you can only use when your opponent's on the ground. But this combination of using the double sleeves when they're standing to set up the butterfly makes it almost impossible to get out of. It makes it really easy to hit overhead sweeps, and one of my favorite parts about it, you'll see later in the video, is how well this combines with attacking submissions, because when they back out of the butterfly, they re-expose upper body attacks. So my student is approaching. So I start off by going for a single sleeve grip here. And I like to do this kind of like lower judo style grip because sometimes it's easier to get. If you try to grab the cuff, it can be harder, but that fast kind of like under the forearm grip is very quick. So I go here. I go for his other sleeve, but he's being difficult with it. So I end up going to the far collar. I like to do this because what I do is I pull really hard on the collar as I set both butterfly hooks. And by pulling hard on his posture and extending the legs, I force him to have to post his hand on the floor. Once he posts the hand on the floor, I can fast swipe. And again, you see I get that kind of judo style grip. And now that allows me to initially set the position. From here, as long as he doesn't make a grip on my legs, which is pretty easy to block by pulling up on the sleeves, he can't really do anything about my legs. From here, he's already on one knee up, so I start to set both of my butterfly hooks on the same side leg. In this case, it's on his right leg. And I'm going to fast elevate that leg. You can see it's already flipping him up to the opposite side here. And I get this beautiful like flip motion here. Here I just elevate the sleeves. Usually it catches him so off guard you can come up on top. The next shot here, again, I go for that judo style grip. I'm backing up, keeping distance as I approach. I start to go for the lapel because he's being difficult with the other sleeve. Now I got both sleeves. Sometimes I just fall back straight to the foot on the hip as well, just because I'm unsure if I'm going to go butterfly or if I'm going to play like more of a classic double sleeve. In this case, I use that foot on the hip to set distance. I get my right foot in underneath. And this is something I like to do too, where instead of like a butterfly per se, I put one foot under the tailbone or like a butterfly hook, and the other one I make like a shin on shin. So it still functions kind of like a butterfly. And from here, I can use that foot under the tailbone to create an overhead motion and lift with the shin on shin or even a butterfly hook if I can get it in like I do there. And now as he starts to go overhead, I cut, you can't see it on this side, I cut the far arm sleeve out, and now you can kind of see it down there. I cut that out and it creates this beautiful, surprising flip motion up overhead. And again, they're usually so surprised I can kind of fast come up here. So the next situation we're approaching, he grabs my leg, I'm going to get a grip on his sleeve, and I just fast break this grip off. The grip on the lapel I don't mind so much because he can't do anything about my leg anyway with it. So I'm going to fast break off the pant leg here. I have that foot on the hip for distance. Now I pull my elbows up high. A lot of times when I play this, I like to keep my elbows elevated a little bit up over my head because it makes it harder for him to grab my legs. Now I've set both butterfly hooks, or more like kind of one shin on shin, one butterfly hook. And where do I go here? So this is a good example of going from the butterfly back to more of a classic open guard. So what I did was I had the two butterfly hooks and I just felt like maybe the angle for the sweep was hard. So I put the foot back in the bicep and immediately start to go for a wheel sweep. Here, I maybe could have got that spider wheel sweep. He caught his base. I put my foot back on the hip to manage distance. I break the other grip. And now I put my foot on the hip and then I fast switch up to collar sleeve. And then now I can use this to set up a triangle choke here. It's an important concept when you're playing this kind of double sleeve butterfly position, that I can go back and forth between both. Let me back up a little bit more. I can go back and forth between the spider or the more classic upper body control and the butterfly, because when one's hard, usually the other one opens and it keeps them guessing. And the butterfly tends to be very sweep heavy, whereas the upper body controls tends to be more submission heavy. So it's a great combo. All right, so again, we're approaching. I let him grab the lapel. It's no bother to me because it doesn't control my leg. He gets a grip on my near side leg. I'm guessing I'm probably going to break it. I do something here where I make a little space by putting my foot on the floor. Yep, we're here. So I get the shin on shin. I just broke the grip there. Now I broke the grip there. So now we got the distance managed with the foot on the hip. Where do I go with this one? So there I already start to do the double butterfly hooks on the same side, like this. So here, and I tried to do it, but he was able to post his hand.
So I ended up just cutting, I tried to cut it out, but he got a good hand post. So now I switch up over the back and I get a really good classic butterfly position. From here, he wants to post that hand, so I try to press it out like this. This is something you see Adam Wardzinski do all the time. So he already has the hand posted, so I just block it and I drive and lift him up overhead. He can't post the hand. I get this beautiful flip sweep. And again, the great thing with butterfly sweeps is it comes straight up into a strong passing position or maybe even mount sometimes. Okay, so we're going again here. Now I got the lapel again. I pull really hard to make him post that hand. I catch the sleeve. Now I have both sleeves. And again, we get a great look at that double butterfly hook on one side. Get this beautiful flip here. This is one of my new favorite sweeps. It's just so clean to hit. Right, so I come up here, started passing. Now we're in the next shot. Here I have one cuff grip, and see he loops my hand, but as long as I take the slack out, it doesn't matter so much. I can still control in the same way. So I have the sleeve. Looks like I'm doing the lapel to make him post again. Yeah, so I pulled hard enough, got the post. I catch that judo style grip on the other sleeve, and we're back into the double sleeve butterfly. I have the shin on shin, the foot in the tailbone here. There, he tried to step off, but that shin on shin is so sticky, and since he doesn't have a grip, there's just really no way to get rid of it. So now, what are we doing here? So now we got the lasso. So now we go back to the lasso. I get the foot in, and I shoot the triangle from there. So now we approach, again, I get that first sleeve. It's usually easy to get the first sleeve because to do literally anything, they have to make a grip. So again, he's being annoying, hiding that hand, so I catch the far lapel and I pull really hard. He can try to hide his hand back for a while, but it's not gonna do anything. He has to like eventually try to grab something and it brings his weight forward. Again, I swipe that, so now I got this. I go up to the over back grip with the belt. Start tucking that arm. I think I try to kick his leg out there. He falls for a second. I don't quite get it, but I just keep the position and slowly I work to tuck this. I think there we go. Get a really nice sweep over. And this is an example of going straight to the mount with the position. Although I ended up switching to the far side, I felt like it was less of a chance of getting stuck in half guard. And the last clip here, I pull under, and I get the modified X position. So now I have modified X with both sleeves, and this is a version I really like to do where if I can't take him overhead, I kind of use my hooks to take him to the left side. And because he can't post that hand, I have the sleeve, I just kind of elevate the leg and flip him out, and he falls out to his left there, or his right, my left, and I come up on top.
Also, guys, I just wanted to mention Espen Mathisen just dropped a new instructional on the reverse de la Riva on our website. I'll make a coupon code for you guys called RDLRYT. I'll put a link to the website in the description as well as the discount code. As always, hope you guys like the content. Like, share, subscribe. Thanks a lot.